I mean, the wins this weekend were just really gritty wins. Everybody we put our depth in there. A lot of people got playing time, and so it was good to see them play that well at, frankly, one of the toughest tournaments in the country. And so for them to be able to face that competition and come out on top a number of times was really good to see, especially this early in the season when we're still like trying to figure some things out with some new pieces, a lot of returners. But it was really good to see this weekend. We feel like we're heading the right direction.
Talk about that fight you guys had against MSU. You go to the fifth set, you're down 13-9. Lee and I were watching our office just cheering like crazy.
Yeah.
And you guys just battle back and you win it 16-14. Talk about that against the host team.
It was unbelievable. I mean, this team, I'm a little new to this program and to this team, but just to see that fight in person from the sideline it's fun. This team, that's one of the things that they do better than anybody else in the country is just that grit and the winning mindset, just the refusal to lose. And that is an example right there in that match. When kind of the cards might be stacked against you a little bit, this team we kept coming and kept playing and got the win. And so that's a really great team that we played as well. But at the end of the day, it just came down to a couple points, and it was really nice to see the girls persevere and end up on the winning side of that. So at the end, I was just a fan as well, just watching them play, just cheering on and coaching and having a great time. So I was with you with the celebrations.
You're talking about that perseverance. Every game except one went 5 sets. You guys got to play a lot of volleyball and a lot of team out there. How important is that as the season goes on?
It's so valuable. I mean, I think this is going to be the most sets we're going to play in a weekend probably all season, and to see that the girls can continue to kind of recover quickly. Shout out to the trainers that we take on the road as well, because they definitely had their work cut out for them. But it's good to see that the ladies can do that, can battle and be out there consistent, and even when they're a little bit fatigued, to be able to play at a really high level. That it was a third place finish. And it's tough sometimes to take a loss early in the morning and then reset and get a win against a darn good team as well. And so that is one of the biggest victories of the weekend, to say, hey, we did take a loss against a really good team, but now we have to bounce back in a couple hours and play good volleyball against West Florida. And seeing them do that is really great. It shows just the mental strength of this team, and it's gonna pay in dividends down the road for sure.
In terms of assessing where you're at this point of the season compared to maybe other seasons you've been with different teams, I mean, how do you like where you're at this point?
Yeah, I think what I like to see is just the depth and the people coming off the bench. I mean, we have a significant amount of starters that are doing really good things, but we're also putting freshmen in. Reese had a good day at the highest level. We're bringing Bryn Wright, who's a new player, and they're all performing. And so I think that's one of the biggest things. We have a pretty large roster, but everybody is getting opportunities and producing, and that's huge, especially for a long season. It's going to be good to manage bodies. It's going to be good to keep producing W's throughout the season, and so that's one of the biggest things. And kind of going back to what I said before, just the winning mindset this team has is unbelievable. The refusal to lose, and so I'm pleased with that, especially this early in the season.
You guys get a little preview of the conference play, but we jump into conference play this
Right.
weekend with International, DBU, and Tyler coming in. How important is it to kind of get these guys before the conference games?
I think we approach everything just one match at a time, and so we're looking at that international, and we just want to make sure that we're playing that match well, and then moving forward into the DBU and Tyler. And so I think that there's a lot of value just to make sure that we're playing the way that we want to play before we approach conference. Obviously we're going to get our scouting report, but we just got to make sure that we are doing what we need to do on our side of the net before we hit conference. And so this is kind of our last little tune-up. I think we got some good things, but we're always working in the gym to get better. And so this weekend's going to be nice for us to kind of see if we can move the needle, kind of do a few more upgrades in the gym, and then by the time we hit conference, we'll be full stride.
You ever look back after a tournament and say, yeah, we didn't finish in first, but otherwise life's pretty sweet?
That's exactly what I said this weekend. I mean, we couldn't be more proud of the way the team performed this weekend. Sometimes finishing in third place is more of a gritty, more perseverance than a first place. And kind of what we're talking about here is to be able to do that early in the season, when things just might not be perfect. It's great to see the bounce back, because we might have to do that later in the season as well. And now we know that we can respond. So if things aren't perfect all season long, it's going to be good to know that these ladies have already proven that they can recover, they can bounce back and continue to earn wins.